Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Torah Talks from the House of Rabbs. Tonight I'm your host, I'm Rabbi Rabbs, and to my right is the very holy Levi ben Abraham, a.k.a. Luke Ford. Say hello.
Hello.
And tonight we have, you may have noticed there's something different about tonight, because normally we have a different set than
Why
this.
is this night different from all other nights?
Manish Tana Halayla Hazeh. Because all other nights we are in front of the curtains that are dirty, right, and haven't been cleaned in 20 years. And tonight you're saying, hey, there's something odd behind Levi and Rabbs. Why is there a different set tonight? Why are we coming at them from a different angle? So just real quickly, I'll turn and show everybody what we have going on behind us. We have a 50-inch big screen. Do we have a 50-inch big screen, Levi?
We do.
We have a 50-inch big screen. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, ours is bigger. Okay? Now you're saying, what does that have to do with Torah? Well, if you look at this week's Parsha, what's this week's Parsha, Levi?
Terumah?
Parsha's Terumah. It talks about how the Shekhinah came down and rested in the
Holy of Holies.
In the Holy of
Holies.
Right? But like today, we don't see the Shekhinah. It turns out I have it right here. I got all 50 inches of the Shekhinah right here. It comes down in the form of a big screen TV. So we have a big screen TV. It's a unique feature. We're very happy to have it here on the show. And to be honest, it was actually, because you're saying to yourself, this guy doesn't have an apartment. His guy has an apartment that's 40 inches wide, so how does he fit a 50-inch big screen in it, right? Well, this is one of the things they discussed in the Gemara, in the Talmud, was how do they fit the Shekhinah in measurements that are too small for it. So, that was a miracle on its own that we fit it in there, and so there's that. Now, the thing is, you're saying, well, Rabbs and Lady are starving to death. How do they afford a big screen for the backdrop? And the answer is, we didn't pay a penny for it, because one of you folks was kind enough to sponsor us and had it delivered to us, so we didn't pay a penny, and we appreciate that. And the idea is that we should be able to use it to augment the show by having things appear on it while we talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're talking about Torah, we're talking about the Rambam, and a picture of the Rambam comes up, right? Levi starts talking about his porn days, and
I didn't even remember those days. It's so long ago.
Right. So here's the problem. Turns out it's not as easy to make that happen as possible, because the TV doesn't know how to bring those things up. You need to connect it to a laptop, right? Or to a computer. And to do that, you need to have a special cable. And the cable is, I don't even know the name of it, but it's like one of these special cables with all these letters. I think it's like HD, DMI something.
Is this an HD?
This is an HD TV.
Wow.
Right? Which doesn't really help because I can't afford HD from cable. So
right.
Yeah, so there's that. But it apparently, you need to have a special cable that connects it, and we need a good, because we don't want to trip over it. We don't want to have it coming right through us here, right? So we have to have it come all the way around the bookcase and all the way back. We need 35 feet of cable to make that happen. So right now it's just an ornament in the background that has nothing on it. Because if you want to complete the project, you need to send us a 35-foot cable. Correct?
Why does it have to be 35 feet?
How else? We measured. We took measurements.
Wait, doesn't it just go from your laptop to the
Yeah, but here's the thing. Do you want it to run right by your head and cut your head off? So you want it to be running on the floor and then accidentally step over it and snap it in the middle of the show?
No.
So the way to make it unobtrusive is it has to go down around the floor, come around the bookcase, come behind the TV. So we did some measurements, and we need 35 feet. So actually, we went to Best Buy just to check it out to see how much it was. It's way more than I can afford.
How
So
much?
At Best Buy wanted $250 for it.
No.
Yeah. So
You could hire a Mexican much cheaper than that.
you could hire 3 Mexicans, and you might even get a burrito sandwich out of it, right? Okay, so there's that. So that's all we need. So now we have this blank TV, and you're thinking, well, why don't you just cut a DVD and stick it in there and have it the images come on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, turns out if I create a DVD on my laptop, my DVD reader can't read it. So there's nothing we can do. We can't just put on TV channels because
Then we can put this on YouTube.
we can't put it on YouTube because it's a copyright infringement.
Right.
So what we need now is we've got everything to make this really hip, really progressive, kind of down with the modern technology thing, and have a nice backdrop, show stuff. But we need to connect it to my laptop. We need an HDDI something cable that connects the two things together. And
no, we don't even want that because it's just going to cause me headaches trying to put this stuff on YouTube. And
no.
Well, every image you put up there, I'm going to have to show that I own it.
But you do. We'll put photos of you up there, and we'll put photos of like we're talking.
Some of the people I've done scenes with.
We're not going to go there.
Okay.
We'll make like a video of ourselves together, and we'll image it through there. Make a video or something. We'll come up with some crazy ideas. You can send us your ideas, folks, of what you want up there, but the point is, it's not going to happen unless we have this hardware piece of cable. So that's the first thing we do is the pitch. When we start off with the pitch, you got to send us the cable, right? So just go on, bestbuy.com or probably a cheaper deal. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Research the internet, find the cable, 35 feet, send it to us. We'll install it, and then we'll make things go from there. Okay, does that make sense to you, lady?
Okay.
That makes sense to you. Okay, so we have a few people in the chat room, so I want to give a real quick shout out. We've got Brett's in there. Hey, Brett. Hey, Hector. Hey, Malachi. Hey, Henry. Justin's in there. I bumped into Justin the other night at Mexikosher. I'll talk about that later. And hey, Faith, how's it going? There's a couple of people who are watching us, and they haven't signed in, so just go ahead, create a login, join the chat room. Levi, take it away. What do you want to talk about next?
Your photo shoot today.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happened today was, you ever heard of Los Angeles Magazine?
Yes.
Is it what kind of magazine is it? I don't know anything about it.
It's a big Los Angeles magazine.
Oh, the biggest LA magazine is doing a feature story coming up in a couple of months in their magazine, and they're going to be featuring Mexikosher, which is a Mexican kosher restaurant.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And today they sent a photographer from the magazine to take photos of the restaurant and the owner and everything, and the owner invited me in, and they shot me as well.
Were you eating when they shot you?
They had me eating a gigantic burrito. The burrito was the size of Montana. This thing was gigantic. This thing was bigger than my big screen. This thing was so big, and they had me eating it. Like I'm just like one of the Fremies in town. I'm like you know what I mean, right? So that was the photo shoot today. So you look for me in upcoming editions of Los Angeles Magazine, the biggest magazine in Los Angeles that doesn't show pornography in it, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so there's that. So what's going on by you? Did you go to the Limu to LA this weekend?
No, I didn't.
Why didn't you go to that?
Didn't have any money.
Oh, was that the reason?
Yeah.
Because you went last year.
I did. But now there's no more room on my credit cards. This is the time of the end for my credit cards.
Well, how's the business going, Levy?
Terrible.
Oh, what's happening?
Nothing. Like 2 or 3 students a week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it says all beginnings are hard.
Oh, great. So long for the health insurance.
I don't have health insurance.
Yeah, well, look at you.
What is that supposed to be? You don't want to end up like this.
Those who understand will understand.
Okay. All right, then. So what else you got?
Let's talk about our audience tonight.
We have a live audience tonight. Can I get a round of applause from our audience?
Wow, that is going crazy. Folks, not so much enthusiasm.
We need those applause signs in the back, It's like, when you go to a sitcom, don't you guys know how it's done? It's like, I crack a joke and you're supposed to laugh, right? And if it doesn't work, then I have to crack the same joke again. So let's do it again. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from our live audience.
Woo! How can you tell the people who are married in the audience?
Because they're engaged in their laptops.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that the half-life of
a relationship
is 6
about
months.
6 months. It's so sad when they're engaged in their separate laptops, and just the thrill is gone. The whole excitement of being together has waned, and now all they've got is the internet and 50 lonely years together ahead. And maybe we should do some Torah-based counseling. Because we both have so much marital experience.
Ah. By the way, your name got mentioned. I went in with them last night, with a couple of the audience members. Once again, a big round of applause for the audience members. I went with a couple of audience members last night. out to eat, and somebody said like, "Hey, it's Rabbi Rabbs," right? And the gentleman says to me like a little bit longer. He goes, "By the way, you look a little tense tonight. There's a little like facial tension." It just looks like you, and he goes like, "Why don't you go talk to Luke Ford?" I kid you not. And that person's probably watching us tonight.
Who?
I don't know the guy's name.
Habadnik?
I don't know.
Fromy?
He was a frum guy. We were at a kosher restaurant. Frum guy. His whole family was there, and he was just like kibitzing me. Like the moment I walked in, like him and his wife were like, "Hey, it's Rabbi Rabbs." You know, they're like, like, "Can we get your autograph?" and all that stuff, right? And then like at the end, he just says like,
You didn't know his name?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't catch his name. No, but he was like,
Wow, the married people are actually interacting. The husband is now looking at his wife's laptop. This is like a whole new level of marital engagement. This is exciting. There may be some spark in this relationship yet.
Talmud123 says, "It's okay, I'm going to die alone too."
Oh, that's Justin. He's the one with the Brit. What's his Brit?
Justin?
Yeah, you know the Brit he keeps talking about from
he's Shomer Brit.
Oh, Shomer Brit.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, here's an idea. Malachi says for the thing that would be on the TV, we could just keep looping the same YouTube video of Mexikosher, the Mexikosher videos. Like, let's stack them up. Then we'd just be advertising Mexikosher behind us all night. Yeah.
Get a corporate sponsorship.
Okay, I don't even want to tell you what. Yeah, we have corporate sponsorship.
So, do you want to bring the audience?
Okay, you want to bring up an audience member up?
Yeah, they can have my seat.
Who goes first? Matis? Okay, so wait. How about a big round of applause for Levi Luke Ford, aka? All right, there we go. Sit down. All right, first guy up is Matis. Now you may remember. Let's give him a big round of applause as he comes up here from the audience. Come on, sit here. Sit here. What's the matter with you?
Looks a little tense.
Hi. Yeah, I can go.
Hey, so you've been here. This is a big return for you. And those who've been watching Torah Talks for last year might recognize his face. This is Matis. Say hello to Matis. Yay! So you're back here in California.
Yeah, it's great.
And what exactly have you done since you've been here?
We ate a lot of food.
A lot of food.
A lot of kosher restaurants out here.
Which is your favorite kosher restaurants out here? Don't be afraid to plug them.
Well, Mexikosher is pretty good.
Mexikosher! He likes Mexikosher. Boy, a lot of talk about that restaurant tonight. Yeah, go ahead. Another one?
Milky Ways, obviously.
Milky Way.
Staple.
That's a good one.
And I tried Pico Cafe for the first time about an hour ago.
And how did that go?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
All right. So you've done the restaurant thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think of the Mexikosher videos?
Oh, they're great.
They're awesome?
Yeah.
You really like that place?
Oh, yeah, it's the best.
Yeah?
No, I mean, I only had one thing there, but it was very good.
I heard they don't give you enough. The portions are very small. What do you think about that?
You can die if you eat the whole thing. It's
big? Is it bigger than the big screen?
Well, mass or volume or what?
Oh God, what a nerd answer. Is it mass? Is it volume or is it a hypotenuse triangle? All right, so it's good. What do you have to say? You've been watching Torah Talks now for a couple of years. What do you have to say about the show?
I never thought I'd be asked this question on the show. So
what do you think?
Well, I mean, I enjoy it.
Okay. You find it informative?
Informative about Torah or about life?
But Levi's marital advice must have come.
It's the best. That's why we're still together.
Because basically, like after about 6 months of marriage, you were ready to call it quits,
and then watch some Torah Talks and back in business.
Back in business with the marriage. So that's the kind of stuff we want to hear, folks. You may not be learning Torah with us, but you could it's a whole new you. You could have your marriage will be brought to a whole new life, a whole new level, right? And it'll also reduce the facial tension. So
yeah, it's great.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's the best.
You're happy to be here?
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Well, we're happy to have you. Now go back and
I gotta get my laptop.
Okay, big round of applause for Montes. Who's the next audience member that wants to come up here? Any chance does this young lady want to come up? No. Okay. So I think we got one more audience member in the back. Do they want to come up? Oh, I'll tell you what. For him, Lady, we got to set this up. I'm going to bring you back, and I'm going to bring out him to talk to you. Because this, I got to bring up the lead into this, can I?
Yeah.
For a year and a half, the next guest has been referenced quite a bit. He's my nephew who works at, can I say we work? He works for the TSA. Okay?
Great.
Okay, he works for the Transportation Safety Administration. Levy's referred to these people pretty glowingly as dumb as rocks. So it's been an ongoing joke that he thinks my nephew is dumb as rocks, okay? Because my nephew works for the TSA. Now, granted, my nephew doesn't do...
He does the pat-downs.
He doesn't do the pat-downs with the males.
That's because he's gay, so he couldn't do it with the males, because then he might be attracted to.
That's correct.
So they had to put him with the women.
So he actually works behind the scenes. He's in charge of directing the pat-downers how to pat down properly.
Yeah, he educates them. Like, this is how you work it around here.
So that's going to be very interesting. So we're going to bring him out and let him, we're going to judge for ourselves tonight. We're going to find out. The next segment is called, Is Jacob Kleidman Really Dumb as Rocks? So a big round of applause and a welcome to Mr. Jacob Kleidman.
You going to give me a pat down on the show?
Sit down. You're going to stay here. Or you're going to move over a chair?
What do you want me to do?
Sit there and he'll take
he'll take
So
your
come
chair.
on up and where's your
Should I bring it out?
Yes,
Look,
what the hell's the matter?
I had a little thing that I had to put together.
Well, the show's going. There's nobody left. Everybody's going off the air.
No.
You're supposed to come up wearing it.
No, I wanted to show it to you before I.
Stay in yeshiva and stay off the crack.
All right. I love that line so much that I had to make it a T-shirt.
Oh, I love it.
And I think you guys should sell these. That's what I think. You can make some good money doing this. But that's what I'm going to wear this around town.
That's sweet. I like it.
You like it? Okay.
Stay in yeshiva and stay off the crack.
So that's that. So I wanted to make sure that you saw that.
Wow, bringing Mashiach one T-shirt at a time.
I didn't want to wear it without your permission either.
No, I love it. I love it.
Okay, and I can get you one if you want one.
Yeah.
That's the prototype. It's great. It's great.
I'm wondering how it would go across. How do you think it would go across in Pico Blvd?
I think it would set us apart. But I also think on the back that you should say like watch Torah Talk 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Go all the way out so that they can get the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then advertise us. But
maybe a link to the
yeah.
some kind of link to the show.
Yeah, some kind of link. Yeah.
What do you think?
Some
branding right there.
That's our logo, man. That's our slogan. That's our motto.
It's funny to see it on a T-shirt. Like I never thought it'd ever be on a T-shirt. It's like it's got the big time.
Yeah. And then when you go into Pico Cafe and you see someone else wearing it, then you know that's it.
I didn't realize anybody watched this.
You'd be surprised.
Like if I know that people were watching this, I wouldn't have said some of the things I've been saying.
I flew all the way from the East Coast.
It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
You know, Rabbs has been talking about you for as long as I've known him.
Yeah.
So
he mentions me a lot.
yeah, all the time. And how does the family regard Rabbi Rabbs?
High esteem. Yeah, it's a big privilege to come out and visit him. The fact that he lets me in the door is a big deal because I feel like he doesn't let a lot of people in the door. So the fact that he lets me when I knock is a big deal. It's a huge honor.
Does he make you guys all leave the apartment so he can Skype with his girlfriend?
I don't know.
I don't know how to answer that question.
Not yet, but we're not here.
You know what I can say is sometimes.
Are you sleeping in this abode?
Yeah, he lets me crash on the couch. So.
We're at a hotel.
Oh, okay.
But we're not having a huge party. But
Okay.
we have done the three-way chats.
You what's your girlfriend?
Esther.
And Jacob?
Yeah. So I've we've.
Yeah, we did it once or twice actually.
So we've all kind
We
of
do like a whole family
Hangout.
Skype thing.
Yeah.
We get us all on the same thing. Yeah.
Huh.
And then we all just sit there looking bored. You know?
Yeah.
So you can look bored from like 6 different countries at once. It's great.
So what is Rabbs like off the air?
That is a crazy question.
Like, how's he different, or is he the same? Is the Rabbs that we see on the show, is that who he is off the air as well? Or is that a whole different persona?
Pretty much, but he yells a little bit more in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, but when I don't pay attention to him, he yells at me too. So it's it's about the same. It's about the same.
How much have you seen him in your life? Do you only like see him once a year? Or?
He used to come every Pesach. From like '91, he used to fly up to Baltimore and stay the whole time. So from when I was really little up until 12th grade. So I used to see him about 1 week a year.
When were you born?
86.
86.
So,
And so what did they tell you, like when you were 5 or 6 years old, about your Uncle Rabbi Rabbs?
What did they say? Don't take him too seriously? I don't know.
Did they say this is like a model for how I want you boys to grow up to be?
I don't think they really disclaimed it much. They just
Yeah.
let
Did
it
they
go.
say this guy went off on his own, or he was adopted?
No, they were always
They
happy to
never
have
said
him.
he was adopted. Did they ever say he was adopted?
No.
Okay.
No, they're happy to have him. No. We always enjoy it when he comes out. So we yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else I'm supposed to say while I'm here?
Ask him if he thinks you're dumb as rocks.
No, I mean how
I didn't say that about Jacob personally. I just said that when the safety people, manning the screeners generally seem as dumb as rocks.
So
I
let's
didn't say
talk
him,
about that.
he's behind the scenes. And I'm sure many of them are quite smart, but just like it's unionized, so the people care more about their breaks and their benefits than actually like doing anything. That's all highly PC, so they can't like concentrate on the people who are most likely to be terrorists, but they strip search 12-year-old kids or something. So, but it's not his fault. He's an employee in the back, working in the back. I didn't make any judgments.
No, it's okay. I'm not offended. I'm dumb as rocks. That's about accurate.
All right.
But I can't really comment about it.
No, and I don't expect you
he's,
to.
he's
No,
sworn
no.
to secrecy.
Yeah.
But all right, how long do you think you'll be working there?
Yeah, I'm moving on.
What are you doing? Let's see, if you're not smart, about the last thing I would expect you to do is either like brain surgery or rocket science.
Did a janitorial position open up somewhere?
Yeah, I'll be sweeping the floors.
I know you've been waiting in line for...
So you're not doing brain surgery, what are you doing?
I'll be sweeping floors in Nagila.
Mazel
That
tov,
place is
mazel
the
tov.
best. No, I'm going to be doing missile defense.
Let me see his face. So you're going to be doing rocket science?
In a way, you could
What's
call
your
it.
background? What's your education?
I did aerospace engineering in school, so missile defense is more in line than pat down. What my background.
Like, because most of the people I see, the National Transportation Safety folks, they didn't graduate high school. I mean, it's obvious, but you graduated college with a degree in engineering.
There you go.
Wow.
And
Wow, missile defense.
Yeah. How do you feel about that when the TSA guys are in charge of making sure that the missiles flying in get hit properly? This is called like pat down in the sky.
Pat down in the sky. Oh, mazel tov, when did you start your new job? Or when?
first week of March. So.
Oh, wow, really soon.
Yeah. So.
Oh, like a week.
Yeah, so I'm in between jobs right now, kind of. So.
Oh, wow, I really can't say anything about National Transportation Safety, and it's not going to, like, these guys do not fill me with confidence. Like, why are so many of them black? Or Latina? Like, what's up with that? It's like the post office. Like, would you like the post office doing your national transportation safety? I mean, that's the quality of the crowd, and it's like it's.
But if your accident fits in that box, it ships for $5.
Yeah.
So you're good to go. I don't know.
I mean, they shouldn't be unionized. I think it should be like run probably as a private concern, and people who aren't a threat should just, I like that idea where frequent travelers who can do a little bit of background and then they supposedly
I was involved in that.
Okay, that makes sense.
You like that?
That part of it makes sense. But like the patting down of grandmas, and I don't have a big problem with pat downs. I just don't think this thing is primarily about our safety. It just seems inefficient. It seems like a government boondoggle to give jobs to union members. And like Israel, when I go to Israel, that makes me feel safe. I mean, that's intense security. But these guys...
It's just a big waste of government funds.
I mean, it's the same people who work at the post office. It's the same people. You look in their eyes, it's the same vacant glance. If they, move the same lethargic way, it's like,
I can't comment on TSA at all, but
Yeah.
I would like to say that I was in favor of shutting the post office down. I was totally in
Yeah, totally.
But he was against it. He got on Facebook and had a big argument with me about it. He said, "There's no way we can shut down the post office." But I'm with you.
Privatize it. Just privatize it, sell it off, and those
Cancel
people
it,
make
yeah.
them work for a living. And like anything that unions take over, it just corrupts because people stop concentrating on their jobs. They start concentrating on their benefits and how they can extract the most benefits. And they'll do work stoppages or work slowdowns. They'll extort, and it just makes everything really inefficient. So, I mean.
I'll ship everything UPS from now on. That's fine with me.
But the post office, no one's allowed to compete with the post office.
That's right.
Like they've got a government monopoly.
I can see you're a little bit upset here. Do you want to come back? I don't want to interrupt
No, this
the
is
show.
a good segment. This is
good.
actually, I think this is the best segment we've had.
I'm not trying to impose here.
No, you're doing great.
I just don't think the people, the National Transportation Safety, are particularly good at their jobs. But I mean, I've got to give them credit. There haven't been like any airliners blown out of the sky since 9/11. But there have been all sorts of incompetent terrorists, like trying to set off bombs in their shoes, and they can't do it. They keep flubbing it up. The terrorists who do get through. But yeah, so on the one hand, I've got to give you guys credit because there haven't been any planes blown up in the last 11 years. So, like, why should I dog on them? They're supposedly doing their job. So, I mean, it's been effective. You got to go with the results. No airline's blown up, but they just don't look efficient to me. But I'm not an expert in this area, so. Trust in Hashem. Well, mazel tov on your new job.
Thanks.
I'm glad because I was kind of pulling my punches on transportation safety as long as you're
I have. I listen every week on my way to work. So.
All right, another big round of applause for Yaakov Kleinman. All right. Okay, you want to hit the Parsha?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to hit the Parsha, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me bring it up for you. How many people still in the chat room? Let's see who joined. Malachi R7. It's Ruben. How's it going, Ruben? Welcome to the chat room. Wankle613.
Oh, I love that guy.
Wankle613 is there. And we don't know who he is. He won't tell us who he is. Okay.
He's Wankle613.
Let me see what I missed in the Baruch Hashem.
Using
they want to show the shirt again. People are asking to see the shirt.
Oh, really?
Again.
All right. This is what it's going to look like.
Okay, get in front of the camera. Get in front of the camera. What the hell's the matter with you?
All right.
Get in front of the camera. Okay, and also show the YouTube
Will that
one.
stretch
There's two
okay if like the woman's like a D cup?
Yeah, it should work fine because
Okay. Okay. Good.
yeah, it should be great.
Are there women's sizes?
Yeah, you can get them in all sizes.
Okay, great. Okay, so we got
sell
that.
them for $30.
All right, so
employees of the TSA could benefit from Alexander technique.
Yeah.
It could make them look smarter.
and less facial tension because they have that glazed over face, right? Okay, so Wankel's in the room, yo, and then we got another person.
I got something that smells at my place, and I think it's like my last student there. It was like my last student was a few weeks ago, and something went wrong, and I snapped his neck accidentally. I was bringing him out of the chair, and I didn't know what to do with him, so I just found a corner and I put him under the carpet, and he hasn't moved since then. And there's like this very ripe, fruity flavor in my apartment now, and it's kind of I was hoping I could hire a wife or a Mexican to take care of it for me.
Okay, once again, big round of applause for Yaakov Kleinman. All right, so let's start the Torah, okay?
Can you bring it up for me?
Yeah, we're going to bring up some Torah. So By the way, Yaakov, I want to say this, that Henry said the guy who's supposed to be dumb as rocks is smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we think that what I want to say, the verdict is, or the consensus is, that we're going to find out if Jacob Kleinman was actually smart or dumb as rocks, and it seems to be that he's
Can I
not.
bring up the page as you're unable to summon it?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
That's the wrong one. Let go. I got it. Let go. We're going to bring up your thingy right now. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
we're not going to. Oh, by the way, we're not going to be able to see the chat room for the next 40 minutes because this blocks out the chat room. So, and Levi wants to focus on his stuff.
This week's Torah portion, let's bring it back to Torah,
Okay.
is Terumah, which is Exodus 25 to 27. So, Terumah kind of sounds like the daf that I'm studying right now, but that's Tamura. Do you know what Tamura is?
What is this like? It's dyslexia night.
Do you know what Tamura is? I'm studying Talmud every day with the rabbi. Do you know what Tamura is? No. There's a whole Masechta of the Talmud, and as far as Rabbi Rabbs is concerned, it's the New Testament.
I never learned that one.
Okay, so this is not the most exciting of Torah portions. It's almost all about the building of the temple. Learning Torah is not natural or easy for most of us. Most people have to believe that the Torah comes from God to be able to slog through these painful and arcane details. I find it a lot easier to watch Netflix than to study Torah. But this evening, I didn't even watch Netflix. I didn't realize that Downton Abbey Season 2 is streaming over the PBS website.
What is it?
Downton Abbey?
Can you say that a little slower?
Okay, I'll pretend that you work for the National Transportation Safety Administration.
No, you mean the TSA.
Oh,
Transportation Safety Administration.
Okay, pretend you work for TSA.
Okay.
Downton Abbey.
I don't care what you say, you're still going to have a pat down.
Not from you.
Okay. All right.
So it's streaming on the PBS site, folks.
Downtown Abbey? I never heard of it.
Downton Abbey. It's not downtown. It's Downton Abbey.
I don't know. Never heard of it.
It's a sensation among the thinking class.
You learned it in Mexikosher Terumah or Terumah or whatever.
This week's Torah portion is about giving gifts to the temples. So for the past few years, I've not been able to pay much in my temple dues. Like when I was writing on a list of topics, I was able to pay my full dues, and I had time to study Torah in addition.
And the unfortunate thing was they didn't let you join the temple back then. They kicked you out of the temple.
Exactly, and they gave me my money back. They didn't want my money.
Here's your $500 and get lost.
Yeah, they thought it was stained. It was earned through. So I haven't done much donating of my time either, because I always feel like that if I donate my time, that during that time I could be blogging or making some of my great videos, or I could have a thought that I'd want to write out, or maybe I'd get a student call. I'd want to
But the student might stink up the whole house.
Yeah, the student might be really fruity and smell up my whole. But I feel like the purpose of my life is to write. This is my gift to humanity is my blogging. So it seems wrong for me to take away from humanity my genius to hang up some stuff at shul.
What hang up? What stuff?
Well, if there's a Purim party and I volunteer to help decorate the shul because they're going to have some party.
Oh, I thought you were talking about donating money that might be they're going to open up a new wing and put it it'd be the Levi wing.
No, I'm talking about donating my time because I can't donate money.
So you want to hang up crap at the dance floor for Purim.
Right. Well, to help out, to volunteer, to give of myself.
You can give time. Time is always a good thing. But it's better served. Can I just say something? Judaism is not a church or synagogue-based religion.
It's not a church-based religion.
No, but I say that because Christianity is based around the church, right? Islam is based around the mosque. Judaism is not based around the synagogue. Judaism is based in the home and in the base medrash, but not the shul. you don't have to have a shul, but there are things you have to have. For instance, you have to have a mikveh. The halacha is if you have your town only has money for a mikveh or a shul, you must use the money for the mikveh.
Well, I'm building a mikveh at my apartment.
Okay. If you only have money to give you have money to give to tzedakah or whatever, there's a lot of things that take priority over the shul. It's more important to make sure that the poor people in your town are fed, to give money to the poor. It's more important to give money to make sure that the poor people in your town that die can be buried. It's more important to give money to make sure that the people in your town who can't otherwise learn are taught Torah. Okay? It's important to make sure that all the yeshivas are operating without losing money or whatever. Right?
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
Yeah, but at this point, okay, you know what?
No, it's fine, but
No.
I just...
Can you open a door, please? Thanks. Thanks. But this is like the kind of things that one should give money to in the... Right?
Mm-hmm.
You following me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the thing I wanted to bring up is giving time works the same way. If you've got time to give, I don't believe decorating the shul for Purim is the most efficient use of your time.
Why? Maybe you're giving people their first experience that haven't been in shul for, say, many years.
But again, shul is not the beginning and end all of Judaism. The time Torah would prefer that you use your time to go help old people, to go help the sick.
Well, that's why I come see you.
True. To visit the sick, to go care for somebody who's old and senile.
That's why I come see you.
Can't take care of themselves.
That's why I come see you.
Take care of young children or something. No, they're not going to let you get near them. But those are the kind of things that it's much better to spend your time volunteering is to help the poor, help the dead. You know, like Chaver Kadisha kind of work. You know what that is?
Yeah, washing dead people.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I had a job where I was working with kids. I picked up kids from school and brought them to their mommy.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened with that?
It ran its course. Like school, ended for the semester, but I did that for like a couple of months. So I'm great with kids.
Yeah. So if you're helping the young people, you're helping
I told them to stay off the
sick
crack
people,
and stay in yeshiva.
like Down syndrome or people with
Downton Abbey syndrome.
Autism or something like that. You're helping these kind of kids, right?
People with Asperger's, like Rabbi Rabbs.
Yes. You're helping these kind of people. That's the kind of thing that's efficient for your time. It's helping the poor, donating your time. Hanging up crap from the ceiling of the shul so that we can all, dance on Purim. I mean, there's something to say for that, but there's a lot more you could do with that time that's better, that God would rather have. Visit the sick, visit the old people. Take care of them.
Okay.
What's going on in the chat?
Nothing. So when I get frustrated with my life, I want to grind my teeth. I have this huge emotional need to just grind my teeth. That's how I want to express my anxiety, by grinding. I'm wearing the enamel away. But this just causes TMJ. It causes for me to lose my enamel. Most of us have this huge emotional need to tighten, compress, tense up because we're frustrated with our lives. So we tense and tighten. And once we can let those layers of unnecessary tension and tightness and compression go, once we can let go of that body armor, then we'll have to come face to face with our human condition, with our sadnesses and insecurities, and that can be frightening. So instead of dealing with what's really going on with ourselves, we just tighten and compress, and I got to bear down and grip my teeth and just get through it. But it can be even more courageous to let go of that unnecessary tension, and then look in the mirror and see what's really going on.
What's TMJ stand for?
Temporomandibular joint.
Is that like the TSA? No.
It's
bad joint.
In here.
Okay. Oh, it's a joint. It's not a condition.
Well, it's both. It's shorthand for a condition.
Oh, okay.
when a lot of people have really tight jaws.
Okay. Okay.
Because like when you're frustrated, like I'm frustrated with my life, I'm not happy with my life.
You're not happy with your life.
I assume you're not happy with your life.
I'm not happy with your life.
I'm not happy with your life either.
Okay. Fist pump. All right.
So then when you're frustrated and you're ticked off and you're angry and you're depressed, all of that expresses itself in unnecessary body tension.
Okay.
Like every emotion we have, every thought we have expresses itself in body tension. And so we're just like, we're going to tighten up and put on our body armor.
All right.
But once you can let go of that unnecessary tension, then you can like confront what's really going on with yourself and what you're really all about and what you're really afraid of and what you really want with your life. And you're not having all these things distorted by this body armoring of unnecessary tension. So if you want to get rid of your body armor of unnecessary tension, go to my website, alexander90210.com, or call me for a lesson.
How about a big round of applause from the audience for that?
So I talked to a girl for the first time on Skype.
Whoa! Another round of applause.
It was my sister.
Okay, take that applause back. Golf clap.
But like I realized the possibilities with Skype are amazing because she filled my whole screen.
Oh, you need a big screen when you Skype. But to do that, you need an HDMI cable.
But like my sister was there on the whole screen, and like she showed me all around her farm. In Australia, she has a mango farm.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, to do this with like a woman that I was attracted to, this could be really exciting. Like the possibilities of Skype with a woman I'm attracted to, it's like, wow, this is like better than a movie because this is someone I might care about. And this might be someone I can have a conversation with. This might be like a real human being.
And you're telling me this?
Well, I'm just like suddenly, like I'm frustrated with my life, but then I thought, wow, I could talk to a girl on Skype.
Right.
And that'd be another way of letting go of unnecessary tension. Because you could be just so tense, and then there's a girl talking to you on Skype, and she might be really, really, really a good girl.
Right.
Like a great neshama.
Right.
Beautiful midot. Loves Hashem, loves the Jewish people, loves Torah. She might be like compatible intellectually, emotionally, morally, Jewishly, and you could like really connect. I could see how two people separated by space could really connect over Skype, and then like all this tension and unhappiness and sadness that I carry around with me, I could release it through communicating with a girl over Skype. And it could like totally renew me, refresh me. I could come to Torah Talks with a whole new attitude. I could be light and airy and pleasant. I'd be happy to see you. And like, Rabbi Rabbs, how are you? What's going on with you? Let's talk about you. I could be other directed. It could just be a whole new lady if I just like Skyped with an attractive woman with good values.
Let me pitch. Why don't you post on your Facebook wall that you would like to have a woman to Skype with, and just see who's got to say like, hey, I'm bored tonight. I got Skype. Who wants to Skype with me?
Well, Esther said she was busy. So.
Esther said she was busy. Yeah. Let me tell you.
But how much does that enhance your life to have Esther to Skype with every day?
Well, I would prefer that she was actually here.
But then you'd have the mess of a real relationship.
It is a real relationship. Here, this is very important. She lives very far away.
So, but like, even if you're together, you'd both be on your laptop sitting on the couch, just like this couple.
No, I don't think so. These two are unique. Here's the thing. If we didn't have Skype and we only had email or something, this would be a very difficult relationship. So the truth is that Skype, once you have Skype, there's a lot to what Lady says. It's as if the person's right there in front of you.
Exactly.
It really is. So we have a very intense relationship. We've invested a lot of emotions into it over the last year, just through Skype. And then when we see each other, it's it's not like, it's more than just you've just seen each other for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been talking to each other every day, right? So I would not minimize it. I don't think that's fair to do. But the condescending comment that you just made, where you said that if you didn't, if she were here, you could have a real relationship. That's it to say that because she's not here, that we don't have a real relationship. Because I think that's very condescending, and it's not accurate because you don't know the level of the investment of the emotions that are involved.
Okay.
Put in your place. One for Rabbs. But I think it's a good idea, and I really like my idea that you should just very calmly, and don't say women, okay, because don't be like so foreboding. Just say, hey, I'm bored tonight. Put a thing on your Facebook. Who wants to Skype? I've seen people post that all the time. And see what comes, you know.
Well, I got a fear there. I got a fear that if I was to start Skyping, that I would use it for illicit activity. So you can use Skype to study Torah, or you can use Skype to have an honorable conversation.
Correct.
But to use Skype for illicit purposes.
Why would you already be thinking in those terms?
That's the first thing I thought about.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's like Skype. Wow, the picture quality is really good. Wow. That's the first thing I thought of.
And probably the first thing you thought of when you saw this.
No, because I don't want to see porn. I want to see a real life human being. It's like, wow.
You've never webcammed with anybody before? I thought you
No.
webcammed with some young lady who lived in Ireland or something.
Oh, well, yeah.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. So what program were you using back then? Like Yahoo video chat?
No, she just went on a cam and I chatted with her.
Oh, it was like web chat where they don't see you, but you see them.
Yeah, or vice versa.
And you were like, okay, so take it off.
No! Well, no!
I really like you. I feel so close to you. Take off your top.
I'm a Torah Jew, but it's just dangerous. It'd just be tempting for me.
Uh-huh.
I know I'd get into trouble, and she'd probably turn out to be 14.
Here's what I say you should do. Get on your Facebook for the final time. I'm just going to say it, and just say, "Hey, I'm bored tonight. And who wants to?" And here, you know what? You post your Skype profile, and you post it on Facebook, and say, "Hey, I got Skype now. Who wants to use this thing?"
Well, some guys want to Skype with me.
You ever heard of chat roulette?
Nah.
One of the audience members asked if we know what chat roulette is. What's chat roulette?
Well, I assume you go somewhere and then you end up talking to who knows who. But the odds are I'll be a guy masturbating.
Bingo.
How do you know?
That's exactly
Well, that's
what
what I'm a guy, and I know what guys are like. Guys like to masturbate
Okay.
on cam. Show it to other guys.
That's 100% right.
That's what.
What? Wait, let me. We've got audience members who were asleep all night, right? But the mere mention of masturbation has woken them up.
Oh, that's good,
this
guys.
is frightening. And these people are like my family. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat room. What's going on in the chat room? I'm embarrassed by everybody here tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Justin's worried that I'm not showing my Brit.
There's no such thing as that. That's a term that's made up.
He's calling everyone in Pico Blvd kikes. He who causes temptation causes death. It's all about...
What's happening?
Okay, so let's get back to Torah.
Is there anything in here?
No, there's nothing.
Okay. Go back to where we were.
Rabbi Beryl Wine writes, the Torah pays a great deal of attention to externals. It is interested in personal dress and appearance and in communal structures as well. It is in favor of larger, more central congregations of Jews praying together rather than in small private prayer services. So that's kind of like it's kind of the attack on what we've had in the last, the last 50 years, last 20 years. It's the stabilization of orthodoxy.
Stabilization.
Yeah, where they
That's a big
keep,
word.
Rabbi Wine uses where they keep
Yeah.
making smaller and smaller minyanim, so that you can have, you can pray just with your little group,
Right.
rather than supporting some big communal structured synagogue.
Right.
And so the
Well, hey, I want to talk about this for a second.
Okay.
Can I digress?
Please.
All right. So, like, immediately thought is like, what's like the big shul in town? Like, it's
Beth Jacob.
Beth Jacob has like how many members?
1,000, 1,500.
Okay, because if you're not a member of Beth Jacob, what's going to end up happening is, well, let me tell you a story. What happened this last Shabbos? Okay, so this last Shabbos, and wait, can I bring out one of the audience members again for this?
Of course.
Okay, so hey, come on. This time, Yaakov Kleidman, once again, Yaakov Kleidman's going to come out here. Are you ready for this? Can you talk about it? Come on, hurry up! Come on, we don't have all night. We're going to lose ratings here. Come on, let them have a So once again, once again, Levi. Let's give a round of applause for Levi Ford. Okay, so Yaakov, you're back here now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling the story what happened Shabbos.
Yep.
So basically, hang with me, fill in the cracks, right?
I'll fill in the cracks, yeah.
Okay, so basically, we took a walk on Shabbos, did we not?
Absolutely.
And how far did we walk?
5 miles.
We walked 5 miles. So we went out like 2.5 miles out, right?
Yep.
And then we started coming back.
Mhm.
Basically, you're like you're 2.5 mile one way, 2.5 mile the other, right?
Absolutely.
So right about when we turned around to turn around to come back, what about happened around that time?
It was a little bit of a... There was a little bit of a Luke situation going on.
It was a Luke situation. Now, why was it a Luke situation?
Well...
Why would you bring up the name Luke right now?
Well, there's a really famous Luke story that I'd love to
Okay,
share.
so let's share this Luke story.
Well, one time Luke was walking around Pico Blvd and all he had was a Ralph's bag. And I'm sure the audience members remember what this is all about.
It was on Yom Kippur.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't really Yom Kippur. This was only Shabbos, but it was a combination of two things. It was Rabbs had a little bit of a Luke situation going on,
Basically,
and he had to go.
I had to go. I had to take a crap. Is what happened.
He had to,
I walked for about 2.5 miles, and I realized I had to take a crap. So
loosened everything up.
Because
Did you have a Ralph's bag with you?
no, I didn't have a Ralph's bag with me, and then
But I said we should start looking for one.
for a Ralph's bag, and I
Yeah.
said no, I'm gonna not a problem. I'll just hold it in.
He'll make it home.
I'll make it home. I'll make it home. Right? But like he's going like you're gonna do a Luke. I can
Yeah.
tell you're not gonna make it
Not gonna make it.
because it's 2.5
You
miles.
can see the look on your face.
So we have to
It was
start.
not pleasant.
We had to start thinking about alternative things, and I was really like, what I could see what Luke was going through because we're like walking through residential home streets. Like, you can't just knock on someone's door and go, hey, "Can I?" Total stranger is going to take a crap in your house, So that's one problem. You like, where can you go? You can't go in a restaurant or something that's open on Shabbos.
Did Jacob give you his hat?
So we're starting to think like we may have to walk to Ralph's
Yeah.
and steal a bag. It's like, what are we going to do? So then Yaakov came up with a great idea. What was your great idea?
There's two great things that shuls are good for. Taking a dump and the free food.
No, you're supposed to say free food.
And then taking a dump.
That's how you do it.
Whatever.
You set it up and then the punchline.
All right.
A shul is good for free food and taking a dump. So this is what happens. If you're not a member of Beth Jacob, then you're gonna end up paying the price. Because here's the story: either you're going to become a member of it and pay the dues and be part of the biggest shul in town, or you're going to end up in an embarrassing situation where it's either let me in and let me use your bathroom, or
Or I'm going to Ralph's.
or it's going to end up on your floor. So I had to basically go use the Beth Jacob
Yeah.
bathroom. So I had to show myself and just go
Was that
down.
the first time you'd been in there?
That was the first time I've been in Beth Jacob. So basically, to me, Beth Jacob is just a place you go to when you're dying. And
Well, Beth Jacob is a place you go to when you're dying. It's like an
all right,
autocrat.
a big round of applause. Thank you for that story, Jacob.
I was just thinking about that as we were walking, and he was holding it. I was like, we got to sell this on the show. Luke has to hear
They
it.
don't call it Death Jacob for nothing. I mean, that's the place where people go to die.
Yeah, well, that's the place you go to because when you walk out in that direction, it's like the first shul coming back. When you're coming back to Pico Robertson, that is like the first shul.
I don't know why I remind you of things that matters like that. Like,
No, your name came up because
I don't
because
know
we were
why.
Like, you're going to have to do a Luke in a second.
I thought my name would come up for some great, Torah insight, but no.
You're forever engraved together with the Ralph's bag.
So separating oneself from the larger community, making smaller and smaller venues of prayer, accommodating God's service to one's particular taste, convenience, and desires, is in the long run destructive to both the individual and the community, because it takes a village to build a bathroom.
Correct.
The rabbis taught us the principle that in the multitude of the people gathering for prayer lies the honor of the king and bathrooms.
Birav Hadrich Melech.
Exactly.
Hadrich Melech.
The increasing tendency of the Stiebelization of the Orthodox world costs our cause dearly. After the destruction of the temple, the synagogue became the miniature temple of Israel in all the lands of our dispersion. The miniature temple is not seen and treated as a mishkan, it's a holy temple, a place of beauty and awe, and a place of large gathering, not a place for free food and taking dumps. Then we are missing something very special in our communal lives. I remember I was going to this rather small Stiebel minyan, and I only knew of the one bathroom that was downstairs, like right next door to the minyan. And I felt embarrassed to go in there because what if I made a loud noise? It was right next to the minyan.
Oh.
And it's that's not a pleasant situation. So support a shul where you can have large bathrooms that are walled off from the davening.
Or like at Beth Jacob, where you have to go through the catacombs underneath it.
Right.
You had to go down several layers of stairs and hallways that I didn't know where they led past, and I passed all these people on the way down there.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't go to the whorehouse next to Beth Jacob.
We actually passed by it after we left there.
Yeah, and
It was locked up.
Really?
Yeah, it's locked up. You can't go in.
Wow, the whorehouse is no more. I ended the whorehouse next to Beth Jacob.
Could that be?
Yeah, there was a big whorehouse next to Beth Jacob, and I wrote about it on my blog about a month ago, and now it's kaput.
Or they don't like doing business
Or
on
the-
Saturday morning.
Yeah,
it's Saturday.
maybe all the customers are in shul.
Oh.
Or a kiddish, yeah.
Okay. Or going for 5-mile walks. So, do you have a favorite Village People song or persona?
Actually, it's odd that you bring that up because I don't know anything about the Village People, but happens to be in our audience tonight.
We have the cowboy and the construction worker.
He was a construction worker, and I was...
You were a cowboy
I was
or
a
an
sex
Indian?
slave.
Sex? Did they have a
The
sex
biker.
slave?
The
Oh,
biker.
biker.
Yeah. We dressed up, all 5 of us for him. We had the whole dance and everything.
Can you bring that out and show us?
Nah, I don't think we rehearsed it.
I don't remember it.
I'll show you the video.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Wikipedia says the Village People's most famous song is YMCA.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so...
Oh, because they played at the ball game.
Because, young man,
Yeah.
there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, because you're in a new town, there's no need to be unhappy. Young man, there's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there, and I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
All right. That was,
So, taken at face value, its lyrics extol the virtues of the Young Men's Christian Association.
okay.
In gay culture, from which the Village People sprang, the song was implicitly understood as celebrating the YMCA's reputation as a popular cruising and hookup spot, particularly for the younger gay men to whom it was addressed. So what if a wholesome Torah institution like the Young Men's Christian Association became a cruising and hookup spot for young gay men? How would we react? What if the Mishkan, what if the Holy Temple became known as a gay cruising site? What would we do?
What if the Torah Talks chat room?
Yeah, it became a gay cruising site. What if people start coming to Torah Talks to meet other men to have carnal and unnatural relations with? Because I sometimes worry about that with some of these people in here. I mean, some of them are pretty suspicious. Particularly that Wankel fellow.
Wangle. Can you believe how many people we have? This place is crowded as all hell tonight. Oh, the Lakewood Rob's in there now.
It kind of sucks because it's one of our worst shows. We're kind of embarrassed. First time we ever have this large of an audience, and we're like, 2 + 2 = 4.
Oh, quick! Do a Mel Gibson impression. Do a Mel Gibson impression. Come on.
The Jews started all the wars.
No, you got to do with the low voice again. The low resonant.
I don't have that voice anymore. I'm over my cold.
Oh, okay.
So what if the Mishkan became a gay cruising site like the YMCA? Like, you can't get more wholesome than the Young Men Christians Association, but it became a gay cruising site. So what if our show, or the Mishkan, or your shul, your Orthodox shul, becomes a gay cruising site? What's the Torah Jew supposed to do? Have you thought about that?
I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about that.
Well then, how come Chabad women are the only Hasidim who take a lot of care with their appearance and dress fashionably? Like, it seems like the rest just wear socks.
How many Hasidic groups have you been around that you can make a statement like that? This is the segment of the show that we call "Calling Ladies Bullshit."
Well, I read on Frim's...
Oh, hey!
Oh, YMCA! Hey, it's Yaakov and Matas and Mrs. Matas.
That's the gay cruising site.
We'll post it. We'll send the picture.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
The audience doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, we're looking at a picture of
Video too.
Rabbs' relatives singing YMCA.
At their
They're
gay
looking
cruising
very
site.
gay. Well, I just read about this on Frim Satire.
Oh, and he has become like the sole arbiter of truth.
Well, he's not the sole arbiter of truth, but Heshi Fried is a very entertaining and perspicacious young man. And he's getting married. Mazel tov, Heshi.
Okay, so based on his opinion and his sole opinion, right? Because of his...
Well, it fits in with other things I've heard.
With what?
That Chabad women are the only ones who dress fashionably and really take care with their appearance, and the rest kind of dress... They don't really care about fashion and looking good.
That's the lamest thing I've heard.
What, Satmar women dress hot?
Hot?
Yeah.
Well, the idea of hot would go against...
exactly.
Would go against...
Chabad women are the only ones who dress
the
hot.
spirit that would, to dress hot would not be sneeze, right?
Well, you can dress sneeze and hot. By being not quite so sneeze. I've seen a lot of sneeze women in tight dresses.
Okay, here's how it goes.
The dress
here's how it goes.
holds their haunches really tightly. Yet they still wear the shawl.
The concept of trying to look hot and
Yeah.
dress hot for a woman is
Yeah.
not a Torah concept, because what you want to say is modesty is the way the Torah women dress. So the contest is, if there is one, which group of Hasidim dress the most modest. And if you say Chabad...
No, I would say Chabad. They're the least modest.
That's what you want to say, is that the least modest group is Chabad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that you can say.
Yeah.
And to that I would say, how can you make that judgment if you haven't spent a lot of time with the other groups?
Oh, I've read Frim Satire.
And again, who made him the sole arbiter of
I
truth?
didn't say he's soul, I just said he's a very perspicacious young man. And he's very, very funny and...
He obviously has his preferences and his prejudices, right? But that doesn't mean that you go and you tell everybody on the Torah that this is the way it is, that these women are like that. Who said so?
Heshi Fried.
So this show is not about him.
But you said yourself that Chabad women are the least modest of all the
I didn't
Hasidim.
say that.
You did. You agreed with me. Chabad
I did
women
not say that.
tend to be
I
the
did
least
not say
modest.
that. I said I can't make a judgment like that because I don't know. I haven't spent tons of time in every single Hasidic group to be able to judge every single woman and how they dress.
I've been proclaiming my opinions just willy-nilly for 15 years
Yeah,
on
well,
the internet,
yeah.
so why should I change now?
You know, with that Ralph's bag, you may need it because you're pulling a lot of stuff out of your ass right now.
That's not a way a Torah Jew should speak. Like, here I am, like, show in, show out. I'm always trying to raise the level of conversation, trying to elevate things on Torah Talk. I'm trying to, like, separate Torah Talk from the unholy Goyish entertainment world that's out there. I try to take the events of daily life and try to choose that which is significant, that which, like, shines a light on eternal moral issues, and you keep taking things into the gutter. Rabbi Beryl Wine
I need to do tshuva in a big way, don't I?
You do. Coercion and force, taxation and heavy-handedness are not really the prescriptions for a better Jewish world. So you can have God running things, you can have big God or big government. So if you don't have a society that's ruled by God and religion, then government will have to grow bigger and bigger, because how else are you going to rein people in? Like, people will either have their behavior constrained and directed by religion and the communities that it sets up, or the government will have to do it. So a perfect example is like sexual harassment. Like, if men are Torah men and Christian men and good Muslim men, they're not going to say to their secretary, you have to blow me or I'm going to fire you. And that's not a way that a religious person should act. They don't, like, sexually harass women. But if you're not accountable to God and to a religious community and to a sacred text and to very specific guidelines, you're naturally going to start behaving like a Slav. Many people will. And so then government has to step in and say, okay, this is what you can say and what you can't say in a workplace, so you don't set up a hostile work environment and women feel like they're being picked on and that they're just prey for men to manipulate. So that's the way it is. The temple relied primarily upon voluntary donations. There were no temple police force that would go out and just take your stuff. Say, hey, you have to give 40% of everything, to the temple. They didn't have 50% taxation rates like we have in America and the Western world today.
And there was no concept of progressive taxation.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that? What it is?
Well, you've done it several times. Go ahead.
Okay, progressive means that as you earn more money, you have to pay at a higher rate of tax.
Yeah.
Which means that the highest earners would be paying the highest rate. So in addition to paying the most money, they would also be paying the highest rate of their money. So they would we don't have that. Judaism doesn't hold by that. That would go against Judaism.
If you want to meet a beautiful wife, you yourself must be modest, says Justin. And don't try to intimidate me, Luke. I'll kick your ass, says Justin. Okay. So it should be the same with health insurance. Currently, houses of worship, synagogues, churches, mosques are forbidden to offer their members health insurance. So if you could get your health insurance through your synagogue, you'd have an interest in seeing to it that your fellow shul members behave properly so that they did not drive up the premiums with risky behavior, such as unprotected anal sex with other men.
Wait a minute. What law says that a shul can't offer health insurance?
It's a law in the United States that religious houses of worship can't offer their members health insurance. I didn't write that law, but it's a law.
Wait a second. When I was working for the OU,
the religious organizations can, but not religious houses of worship. Churches, synagogues, mosques.
Okay, so
temples
one second.
can't
If I have
offer
one
insurance.
shul, it can't offer it. But if it combined 10 shuls together,
you can't offer it to the members. You can offer it to your employees. Synagogue can offer its employees health insurance, but it can't offer health insurance to its members.
Oh, so like when the OU, let's say, is organizes 10 shuls together.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody who works for the OU can have health insurance through them.
Right.
But the members of those 10 shuls,
They can't get that.
So like if you're a member of Beth Jacob and you're
Right.
part of the biggest shul around here, right?
Right.
You can't take advantage of that,
Right.
So all you can really do is just go there and take a dump.
Like potty humor is not Jewish. Like here I am, like trying to always elevate. Here I am, the convert to Judaism, like the newcomer. He doesn't know much. Like I'm very humble. I try to just stay quiet, just kind of recede into the background because I'm a newcomer. I'm a convert. I really don't know much. Like far be it from me to ever reprove, criticize, put down, my fellow Jew. But potty humor here I am, the convert, telling you potty humor is not Jewish. It's not the Jewish way, is to make bathroom jokes.
Right, absolutely. Okay, keep going. You're doing great.
Thank you.
You're doing great work.
Maybe the shit doesn't suck quite so badly. So Rabbi Wine writes, there was an old advertisement about a famous soft drink in the United States whose theme was, try it, you'll like it. Well, with Judaism and its tenets, values, and rituals can adopt that slogan as well. Key to Torah life is the enjoyment and satisfaction that it gives to one who lives in that fashion. So just look at Rabbs and I. We're having a great time. We are like walking, talking examples of the happiness and satisfaction that comes from leading a Torah life. It doesn't get happier than Rabbs and I.
Right. We are everything. We are in the embodiment of happiness, joy, and
satisfaction.
Yes.
We just exude the happiness that comes from living a Torah life.
We are jolly and gay. Well, I'm
in
jolly.
The traditional.
I'm jolly.
In the traditional, before the word gay got taken over by the homosexuals. But
okay.
How do you like being a poster child for Judaism?
Am I?
Well, we are. We've got a show. It's called Torah Talks. We're poster children for Judaism. How do you like that?
I'll tell you the truth. I would rather people dial in, and the first, the window, the portal, if you would, to what is a Jew. I would rather have it be you and I than anywhere else, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because we're real.
Yeah, right.
We're real.
Yeah.
We're not afraid to say it like it is, lady.
Yeah.
We don't sugarcoat or water down anything around here. We tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
And we give it to you, and we're not afraid to tell you, what it really is. And a lot of people won't say the truth. They'll sugarcoat things. They won't tell you what how bad it can get. Right? We're not going to lie to you. We will come out and we will tell you how bad it can get. And in the case of Lady and us, I mean, it's
pretty bad.
Pretty damn bad. And we're not ashamed to say it. We don't have any self-pride.
So do you think you'd be happier if you weren't an observant Jew? If you're...
No. We talked about this recently.
I know, but tell me again.
Okay.
Do you think you'd be happier
That's
if you were
not the
secular?
question. That's not the question. I wouldn't be happy if I was secular. I wouldn't be happy if I was more from, less from, not from. I wouldn't be happy if I was a...
Reform. I think you'd be really happy if you were a Reform
No,
Jew.
I would not be happy...
I can see you as a guitar-strumming Reform rabbi.
Only if I was female. And I had a lesbian goy lover. But no, I wouldn't be happy in any of these things, because the Torah tells us what the problem is. It says it's not good for man to be alone.
But you wouldn't be alone if you weren't religious. You'd find someone else. Like secular women don't want to have babies. They're fine not having babies. Secular women want to use their vaginas as toys rather than as cannons. It's just like, oh, let's just play. I just want to play with this thing. I don't want to make babies. I just want to have good times. Yes,
and then
Rabbi. Yes, Rabbi. Yes, just lick right there. Woo, woo. But they don't have babies and raise them up and send them to Jewish day schools. So you and your secular women, you'd just be in the bathtub every night and blowing bubbles and drinking champagne out of each other's belly buttons.
Keep it up, and then he'll ask next week. I only have one student. Why do I only have one student at my AT work? I don't understand. I put in all this work, and I made 3,000 flyers, and I passed them all around town, and I'm so available to help people. I only got one customer, and I maxed all my credit cards, and why isn't the business coming to me? And which woman is coming to you now? After you just basically said all women, all they want to use their vaginas for is what again?
As toys rather than cannons.
Blowing bubbles in the bath. And
shooting out ping pong balls.
Okay, let's see if Lakewood Rob. We haven't looked in the...
Wait, but you'd be happy with that. You and a secular woman, wouldn't you be happy?
I'm looking. I'm looking for what Lakewood Rob, if he hasn't commented, but I guarantee he's going to agree with me on that. I guarantee it.
Palestinian women.
Garden Fun is in there.
Oh, Garden Fun.
Yeah, we got a whole minion of people.
Garden Fun. If I'd known you were in there, I wouldn't have spoken the way I've spoken the last few minutes. She
received. Wait a second. Garden Fun said she received a flyer on their car the other day for a new flower service, and that day they went out and bought a bouquet. So a big round of applause for Garden Fun. And you.
Lakewood Rabbs says my blog is poison for my Alexander technique efforts.
I don't think you even have to worry about the blog. I think you can kill yourself right here on your YouTube.
But the point is, like, look at the Middle East. Palestinian women are using their vaginas as cannons. They're just like firing out the babies. And you see that too with the illegal Mexican immigrants to the United States. They're just like firing out the babies. They cross the border.
Okay, so
and then let's start having babies and anchor children so they're legal in the States.
Well done. You just canceled out all your
illegal Mexican immigrant clients.
They're gone.
And my secular Jewish ones
They're
who are
gone.
using their
The
vaginas as
Palestinian-
toys rather than cannons.
Forget about handing out your flyers in the Gaza.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay then.
Okay, keep going.
So when people gave to the Holy Temple, they'd get 90% of their gift back in the form of tax-free cash.
How?
Well, they'd come to the Mishkan and they'd donate like 10 mangoes. And then they'd go around the back and they'd get 9 mangoes back and they're tax-free.
Where did you learn that?
Baba Meiser 57a.
Baba Meiser, huh? You know what a Baba Meiser is?
Yeah, it's a tractate in the Talmud.
Uh-huh. Baba Meiser. Let's see if one of the studio
I know what a
audience
Baba Meiser is, but I'm just saying that, like,
Okay,
for
folks,
hundreds of years, they've probably been doing this tax dodge to support yeshivas. It's like, don't pay taxes.
It's a little money laundering game.
Yeah, let's do a little money laundering.
Little money laundering game. So how do you stay on top of money laundering? You have to watch. The main thing is that the government needs to watch and regulate to make sure that people don't make like deposits of, let's say, $10,000 or whatever, because that's really, really important.
Well, I think the best thing to do, I'm for doing away with all tax deductible status for charities. I'm for doing away with all tax deductions. Let's just say a flat rate, 10%, do away with all tax deductions, and let religious institutions or other charitable institutions, let them pull their own weight. And then you wouldn't have these money laundering schemes.
Okay.
I should be running for political office. I mean, I got a few things that I'd need to explain.
Yeah.
Like I'd need to
kiss the black folk goodbye.
Fine-tune. I'd need to fine-tune some of, I need to spin some of the things I've done. I need to just find a good way to interpret it so that people could feel comfortable with me.
I think that
I totally creeped out.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what groups you wouldn't play well with, and they're not small groups, by the way.
Okay.
Well, let's start with women.
Okay.
I think women would hands down absolutely not vote for you.
Okay.
I think you would pull around 1%.
What about the gays?
I think gays would not vote for you.
What about the blacks?
I think that no black would be caught
What
dead.
about Latinos?
No. I think.
What about those cute little Asians? They're so cute. I love them. They're so
I think
adorable.
we could scratch
and they're polite and they're hardworking and they're educated and they just look so good. They're just like.
Here's the group that I think you would play well for.
Yeah.
Our chat room. I think you'd get 10 votes. TSA's out.
I do well with bipolar women.
Okay.
Yes, I was not born in the United States, but I can't run for president, but I could run for any other political office. Maybe I'd have as much chance of beating Obama as Rick Santorum. Oh, what do you think about, is it Jeremy Lin?
Jeremy Lin.
Asian?
He's
the Asian sensation?
He's the chink in the armor.
Can you believe that? All these people got fired for using that expression.
They got fired?
Yeah.
They actually got fired?
The headline writer got fired and the TV anchor used that expression and got suspended for 30 days.
Because it's Disney. That's why. ESPN is owned by Disney, and it's like they can't have that.
But any other news organization, they'd get raped for allowing that.
Would they?
Yeah. Because you're not allowed to say that. I mean.
Yeah, because like if Kobe.
Jeremy Lin.
Like if Kobe had done something like you can't just say like Kobe played really really niggardly tonight.
No, you couldn't say that. All right. Hey, you're going to be suspended from Torah Talk for 3 weeks. So, the Lakewood Rabbs makes the point that Asians are bad news for black people because if an Asian can play basketball, what is left for the black man to do?
He can work for the TSA. There's plenty of them.
Steel stereos.
Oh, we don't say that. My God, cut that. Hey, get the bleeper out.
Let's rewind it. Going back to the gutter. Okay,
right.
Come on, garden fun. Come, let's elevate the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
so
don't do that here.
I often hear that we had to build the holy temple so that God would dwell in our midst. But isn't God with us all the time anyway?
Can you answer that?
No.
What does Pirkei Avos say?
Don't talk over much with women.
Pirkei Avos says, look up, look at me. Try to look like you're interested in what I have to say.
Okay.
Pirkei Avos, the Mishnah says
Right.
that where does the Shekhinah dwell? Anytime you have 10 Jews together, the Shekhinah dwells with them.
Right.
Right? Anytime you have 2 Jews learning together,
Right.
the Shekhinah dwells between them.
Okay.
And afilu one person, even if one Jew is learning Torah, the Shekhinah dwells with that one person. Okay? So Levi ben Avraham,
Yes.
when
Rabbi.
you learn Torah with me right here,
Mm-hmm.
the Shekhinah dwells, you can actually see the Shekhinah if you turn around.
Oh yeah, there
There it is, it dwells right between us, right?
Right.
Because anytime Jews learn together, that's where the Shekhinah dwells.
Right.
10 Jews, they don't have to be learning. Just 10 Jews get together.
So why do you need a temple?
Huh?
Why do you need a temple? Why do you need the Mishkan then? Like the Jewish texts say, we need to build a temple so that God can dwell among us. Well, why do you need?
I'm going to answer that and say different levels and different amounts of Shekhinah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, if one Jew learns Torah, the Shekhinah is stronger if 2 Jews learn together. The Shekhinah is stronger if 10 Jews are busy doing something together, right? The Shekhinah dwells, like you said, like Barav, like Barav Hadras Melech, that the multitude together is even a stronger Shekhinah. So there's a bigger Shekhinah, supposedly, when they daven together at Beth Jacob, right, than when they do in the house of Rabbs.
I've got an analogy to this because I had the hovel and women would come over.
Okay.
Sometimes they'd stay the night in the hovel, but none of them would dwell with me in the hovel. Like they'd come over for a few hours. Like I'd put on the Bee Gees, and I'd
That's why they left.
I'd turn down the lights and I'd
Yeah.
pull down the blinds and
Charge $30 for a chimichanga.
And so they would come over for a few hours, but they wouldn't dwell among me because I hadn't really created a place for them to dwell with me.
Okay.
So I feel like if
You
I
have to build the Mishkan first.
Yeah, if I'd had a house, a home, like if I owned a home,
Right.
I'd probably have to get married. But while I was living in hovels, they wouldn't dwell among me. The rabbi this morning was talking about the difference between B'diavad and Lichatchila, and I forgot what he said. What's the difference between
Lichatchila means this is the way it should be done.
and B'diavad?
Means you didn't do it that way. What still counts as
Oh, so
acceptable?
B'diavad is not the ideal,
No, it's not the ideal.
and Lichatchila is...
Lichatchila means this is what you're going to do to begin with.
Oh, so this is Lichatchila is what should be.
This is what,
and
yes.
B'diavad is like the messy.
What do we accept in the
Right.
event that you didn't do it right?
Okay, I
You
think I've
didn't
got
do
it
it the
now.
most preferred way. What's
Okay.
acceptable?
Okay, so they want to know if any new girlfriend experiences to report. No. Nope. And do you notice this? So as you get older, you don't want to play with dogs as much.
Play with dogs?
Yeah, like I remember when I was 27. I met this woman, not attractive, but we had things in common. So we went for a walk, around this shopping mall, and then she invited me back to her place, and then she asked me if I wanted a back rub. And I said,
Oh, God.
Fine.
Here we go. Yeah?
and then she said, turn over and I'll rub your chest. And I said, fine. And then she started rubbing my stomach. Then suddenly, this completely unattractive woman became totally desirable to me.
You said this story before.
Right, but I'm using this as as I get older, I'm not willing to go there anymore. I used to have really low standards, and my friends would make fun of me for the unattractive women that I'd get with. And I'm just not willing to do that anymore. Like now that I'm like 45 years old, I don't want to be with anyone who's below a 6.
I can't imagine that this conversation is helping your AT business.
Well, I'm not trying to get with my AT students. That's a violation of the rules.
No, but
I mean, I don't mind working with Alexander students who are like a 1. I work with them if they're total 0.
Right. No, I'm saying.
They pull the
but I
pen
just
full
think
rate.
when women hear that you rate your women, they may be less inclined to come to even talk to you. Period.
Now, one call 613 wants to know if I have AIDS. No, I do not have AIDS. I've never gotten an STD. My chances of getting a hot woman are in decline. This is not the time in life to begin raising your standards. Well, I am. Nothing below a 6 from here on. I mean, come on. You think about women in terms of 1 to 10, don't you? Like,
No.
Oh, she's an 8, she's a 7, she's a 6.5.
No, the only person I know who talks like that is you.
Really?
Yes. No one talks like that.
But look at it in the Bible when Isaac was sitting there
And he said he saw Rivka.
Rivka coming up on a camel, and
he
the
said,
Torah
"Boy,
says,
oh boy, there's a 9."
Wow, she's a 9.
Yeah,
And then it says Rivka's a 9, and she comforted Isaac in the tent of his mother because she was so hot.
No, she comforted him in the tent of his mother because when she walked in, the Shabbos candles lit miraculously. That's what happened.
But I will say this: when you talk to a woman and you connect, it can like totally transform how you look at her. So at first you may not be interested, but if she's like really funny, like I've met women like that who were just like playing. I didn't pay much attention to them, but then they were really funny. And then it's like, oh, she's really attractive. And I remember I met a woman like that. She was like totally plain, and then she started talking. And she was like really funny and enchanting. So I asked her out. And so we met at a nice kosher restaurant, and she walked in and she sat down and said, "This is great. I've always wanted to get you over a table."
Can we move back to the Torah?
And
just bring up your...
She kind of took offense.
Okay, I'm starting
to degenerate.
Yeah, but you're turning off the entire audience. The audience is gone. We lost our audience.
Okay, Wenkel says incest is how we keep the smart genes in the tribe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good,
Okay,
good logic.
So I got a question for you. Why are most of the things I hear from American Jews about Persian Jews negative? Like, I think Persian Jews are a model minority. Their women are smoking hot, like they're shapely, really nice shape. They're smoking hot. They work hard. They're educated. Many of the women age well. And they're committed to their families and to their community. For me, Persian Jews are like the model minority. They're not they're not usually out there stealing cars and joining gangs and shooting people up. And they're here legally. They're not here illegally. They're basically law abiding. And they're committed to hard work, to education, to their family, and to their community. And I think Persian Jews rock. Yet, I talk to my Persian Jewish friends, and they talk about all the crap they got from American Jews when they came over here, who say that Persian Jews are dirty, or Persian Jews are cheap, or Persian Jews are too pushy, and it seems like most of the things that American Jews say about Persian Jews are negative. And yet, I think Persian Jews are the model minority.
And he's available for Alexander Technique with Persians. You speak Farsi.
Yeah, I speak Farsi.
You speak Farsi.
And I love Persian women.
He loves the Persians.
I'd love to marry into a Persian family.
So bring your business to him. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, dial his number and bring your business to him.
I got good price.
He has good
price for
you
Persians.
because we know you're very cheap.
Is that your experience too? Do you hear more negative things about Persian Jews from American Jews than positive?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why do American Jews give Persian Jews all these negative things? Why? They come over here, they work hard. Like they come over here at age 8, they go right into an American Jewish school, and they still go to college and grad school, and they're amazingly accomplished, successful group.
We have a Persian Jew in the chat room. Let's see what he says. Talmud 123. Here we go. Let's see what he says. Because Persian Jews suck. That's what he wrote. He wrote, because Persian Jews suck. Then they're assimilating, and Persian women are whores.
They are not whores.
And they cause their husbands to sin with condoms.
Condoms are not a sin if you're married.
This is from a real live Persian Jew, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat room.
Persian Jewesses are not looking for the likes of you, Luke, or me, or Rabbs, or any of you pale-faced Western Jews. They would if we had money, or if we were successful, if I had like a good reputation. Why can't I get a Persian honey, Rabbs? Why can't I get a Persian honey? I think I deserve a Persian honey.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I'd become part of their big extended family, and I wouldn't feel so lonely.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
So do you think Israel's going to bomb Iran?
Do I think they will?
Yeah.
I don't know. They might, but I think that they're doing a really good job right now of covert actions to knock out. And I think if they can get inside those silos, they'll blow them up from inside. And I think that'll be just have them all just blow up overnight. You know what I mean? But don't actually have to send any planes over there. It's much better to do covert actions than overt.
What are SY Jewesses? Is that
Syrian? I think.
What's the Y stand for?
Why not? Syrian.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting a Syrian wife anytime soon. But I think Persian is totally possible for me.
Go for it.
Some of them find me quite entertaining.
Okay.
The problem is once they Google me, then I'm pretty much sunk.
I Googled you, and you need you have some explaining to do.
Well, you're not going to find a more pro-Persian, pale-faced Torah commentator in Los Angeles than myself.
Are we ready to move on to the last segment?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that,
Yeah.
and we'll close the show. Okay, once again, it's Parashat Terumah, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Rabbi Victor Miller. We're going to read from him, and this week he says like this, we're talking about the Shekhinah, are we not, in the Mishkan. And he says, there's no Mishkan today, so where can God's presence be found? Only amongst the frum Jews. Amongst the frum Jews, you can find the Shekhinah. And the greater number of frum Jews, the greater the presence of God. The greater the size of the community, the greater is the Shekhinah. Not only is the Shekhinah with you, but the Shekhinah is with all Jews around you. And this is the point that the entire blaspheming world conspires to conceal. However, no matter what they do, you can't find the Shekhinah in Mecca.
Wow, that's not very tolerant. Like I heard this weekend from an Orthodox rabbi that a Jew is forbidden to read the New Testament or to study other religions.
Okay.
Because it's like investigating idolatry.
Okay. The
So that's
Shekhinah
the same
cannot
kind
be
of thing.
found in Kashmir.
Whoa!
The Shekhinah cannot be found in Tibet.
Whoa! Not even with the Dalai Lama?
No. You will not find the Shekhinah in the skyscrapers of Manhattan or the pyramids of Egypt. I have nothing against the skyscrapers of Manhattan. He writes, if one has to work there, nothing wrong with it. And if you own the skyscrapers, even better. But other than that, they're unimportant. How do I know this? Look through Tanakh. There were empires then. There were parliaments during the time of Tanakh. There were congresses. And there were great gatherings of people whom the other nations considered sages. And they are not mentioned at all. If they're not mentioned at all, then they're considered as nothing to God, and we must consider them likewise. So during the entire times of Tanakh, all kinds of huge skyscrapers were being built, and they're not important. Right? We think nothing of them. For the only thing worthwhile for us to know is where the Shekhinah dwells. If one wants to know where to find the Shekhinah, so then go to Flatbush, go to Borough Park, go to Williamsburg, go to Muncie, go to Yerushalayim, go to yeshivas, go anywhere where they're from Jews. That's where the Shekhinah dwells, and that's what is important today. The Shekhinah is only found with us, and the greater the quality of the Jews, according to the extent that they learn Torah and get up and learn Torah, the greater the intensification of God's presence.
So I saw this black guy in shul. He was wearing bling, but it was like a Mogan David. It was bling Mogan David. Like,
Why would you bring that up?
because I was just thinking about that. like it was like a big bling Mogen David. It wasn't just like a subtle Mogen David. It was like a bling.
Okay.
It was like bling. It was like big and bright and shiny.
He was like a rapper.
Yeah, he was like a rapper.
He was just like going to bust out and do his rap thing.
He dressed like a rapper.
And you thought, like, how many loads of mail do you have to sort in order to afford that kind of bling? I mean,
I just thought it was very interesting.
Have that kind of money.
I just thought it was interesting. I'm interested in other cultures.
Okay, very good.
And folks, if you think the show sucked tonight, see if you can do better with Torah portion Terumah. Like this is not like golden comedy material.
No, he said Luke forgot to alienate any potential black male customers at his practice. That's false because the Liquid Rav missed the segment where you wiped out the post office.
Look, this wasn't me. I went to a Thanksgiving meal, and this black guy at the Thanksgiving meal said, like, how is the post office like what's a famous shoe chain? Folks, what's a famous shoe chain? A shoe store chain? No, that's the type. Yeah, how is the post office like Payless shoe stores? They both have 5,000 black loafers.
Okay,
and I didn't say that. He said that.
Okay.
I haven't said that. But that's what he said, and I just thought, wow, that's interesting. And I got nothing against a black rapper wearing a big old Mogen David coming shoe. I just find it interesting. Because I'm interested in other cultures. Like I like to read the New Testament and study about other religions, and then I'm learning it's forbidden. Oh, I also learned over Shabbat that there are two types of forbidden thoughts. One is you're not allowed to think about any kind of forbidden sexual activity, and I think the other one is you're not allowed to want anything that belongs to your neighbor.
And you needed to go to shul to learn that?
I didn't realize that you couldn't even think about forbidden sexual activity.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because
and that means any sex,
Machshava,
except for with your spouse.
Machshava leads to Maisa.
But like, let's say you get married, how are you going to be able to keep the fire going if you can't think about other women aside from your spouse?
Oh, no, you did not say that. You did not say that. We've had this conversation.
I thought you could like store up memories from before
we've had
you
this
were
conversation.
married.
Do you not remember the last special guest that we had? Remember when?
Oh, was that your girlfriend?
Remember when Esther was here and nailed you on that? Because women don't want to think that you're thinking about one of your exes or one of the women that you've had.
Well, not so much exes, but like grocery store clerks. Like a Ralph's. I know if I got married, I'd be thinking a lot about Ralph's grocery store clerks.
You're into the clerks at Ralph's?
Yeah.
You ruined that store for me. I'm not going to be able to walk in there with a straight face anymore. Oh, boy.
But now I learned it's like it's forbidden, and I'm not allowed to read the New Testament.
Right.
So, like, wow. Like, this Judaism thing, it's like, it's no walk in the park.
Right.
This is, like, pretty tough stuff. I mean, folks, you try to make a comedy show about Torah portion Terumah. Like, you go in there, and it's just all about, building up the old temple. It's not exactly golden comedy material. So can you convert to Persian jewelry? Like if I dyed my hair black and got a really solid tan and started wearing like gold chains.
Ask Talmud 1, 2, 3.
Okay, are there any groups that I've forgotten to alienate tonight? Is there some ethnic group, religious group? Who have I forgotten to alienate? So, yeah, I should turn my van into a mobile Alexander Technique clinic and like go around to schools.
Yeah.
Say, hey, moral leader here.
All right,
I didn't get it. How do we have such a big viewership? This is not one of our best shows.
Why do you keep saying that?
Well, it's just not.
I think it was a great show.
Okay.
I think this was our best show.
Okay.
I think this was good. We had some good.
We're so exciting that our entire audience is on their laptops, and they're not on their laptops watching the show, Rabbs. They're on their laptops doing all sorts of other things, and they're trying to be polite and not yawn. Look, she's just about to yawn. She was just dying to yawn there. She was like, oh, I want to yawn, but I can't yawn because I'll hurt the rabbi's feelings, so I'm not going to yawn, telling myself, don't yawn. And like all errant, look, he's yawning. See, he's yawning. They're all on their laptops. They're on ESPN and they're editing their photos.
I was actually watching the show until he told me to turn it off to save bandwidth.
Oh wow, your nephews are really kind people, Rabbs. Like we're very lucky to have such like menschlichkeit, kind, relatives here supporting this show.
Right. Now, let's wrap up the audience and let's wrap up the show. Here's what's going to happen. Luke's going to say the final line, right? Yaakov, you come out and show the lyrics to this so everybody knows what he's saying, because it's going to get really complex.
I love Downton Abbey. I'm watching season 2 on PBS right now.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yaakov's going to come out so you can see the words to what he's...
I can't see.
Yeah, sit on his lap.
Sit on my lap like it used to be when you were like, oh my God, it's huge. Okay.
Can you see it?
You're going to say the thing, and then when this is going to get complicated. We need the audience participant. When he says it, you guys clap and give a big standing ovation at the end of the show here. So say it. Take it. Go.
Kids, stay off the crack and stay in yeshiva.
Oh, he said it backwards.
Did I say, kids, stay in yeshiva and stay off the crack.
Let's start again at the top.
So that you can grow up to be a rocket scientist like Yaakov.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay, so let's do it again.
Scientist.
Once again, you're going to say the line. You have to read
In
the lyrics.
yeshiva.
Here, we're going to hold the dummy card right here. Here's the dummy card.
Kids, stay in yeshiva, stay off the crack. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a big show.
Is that how I normally say it? Stay in yeshiva and stay off the crack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
But-
is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's funny this way.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to do a sex tape with Ron Paul. Maybe that would like really boost our
I'm gonna-
street cred.
Thank you very much, everybody. Stop recording. Okay. I have to save this thing, okay?